Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, all the viewers out there, looking for a fun night of racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway on the dirt. We're gonna get dirty tonight. Myself, Scott Patton, here in the booth, announcing for round number 9 from Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm joined by Ken Huber. How's the weather out there in Montana, Ken?
Absolutely fantastic, but it looks even better out here at Bristol as we're about to get dirty, I believe there. Scott, roll up them sleeves and get some dirt under them fingernails and see what these guys got.
That we are. We got a lot to cover tonight and a short time to cover it. Format's a little bit different, as we just found out. We're going heat racing tonight under the dirt, starting with the heat racing. Actually, no, I'm not going to have the starting grid. Ken, do you have the starting lineup for tonight?
I got it, yeah. So on this first heat race, we got Christopher Davis on the pole, Bill Paradise in second, Billy Bumgardner in third, Vernon Markheim in fourth, Sean Turner in fifth, Rod Minton in sixth, Rob Haynes in seventh, and rounding out the field is Andrew Schulte. So we got 8 cars. They got 8 or 10 laps to get it done, I believe you said, or 8 laps to get it done. I think it's 8 laps to get it done there, Scott.
I'm showing 10 on the board. 10 to go right now with on the scoreboard right in the top left corner. 10 laps, so we're going to have 4 different heat races, 10 laps, no yellows under these heat races. Then we're going to grid the entire field for the main event. Will be 67 laps later on tonight.
Which should be about 40 cars, Scott, I believe, because that's about how many entrances. It looks like we're going to have 4 heat races tonight. As the cars are back there behind the pace truck, looking at Christopher Davis, and it looks like a brand new Twix car for him.
Yeah, that is. Sharp-looking Twix 38 Camaro there for Christopher Davis on the pole.
Fully expect the pace truck to duck in down here next time by. We're going to get our first heat race underway. 10 laps, going to go quick. Takes about 20 seconds to get around this place, so no caution, so we'll be done in about 5 minutes.
Here we go, pace truck's in off of turn number 4. Christopher Davis brings him down. Green flag is out. You can see him get sideways there on the loud pedal. Gets a clean start there. Vernon Markheim, big move of the race there, all the way up to second place in turn number 1.
Yeah, the 92 of Rod Minton, too, just getting underneath Bill Paradise there, nice and clean. Andrew Schulte there getting by Bill Paradise right now at the moment, as well.
Andrew Schulte on the inside there of Rod Minton trying to make a move. And it's going to be hard to get that momentum, I think, built on the inside there as Schulte gets loose on the inside.
Yeah, he must have just touched that apron down there. You really can't see the apron down there, Scott, so if you get a tire down there, it really upsets the car. Meanwhile, our leader is still Christopher Davis, keeping about 2 or 3 car length behind the Vernon Markheim. Vernon Markheim looks like he's starting to run him down a little bit. Oh, question is, Scott, says that we're going to get around the field after this as Vernon Markheim goes to the outside of Christopher Davis. Doesn't quite make it work. Might try a run on the inside. Just behind him, Andrew Schulte getting a run on the inside of the 92.
There's Andrew Schulte again trying to make it work on the inside of Rod Minton. Side-by-side off at turn 4 in, switch for the lead. Vernon Markheim gets it done. Christopher Davis in second. Andrew Schulte trying to take advantage here on the inside, trying to get 2 for 1 maybe. Can't quite get it done. Clears Christopher Davis.
Make a meat sandwich out of that 38 car there. And then Andrew Schulte now gets by Vernon Markheim. Now he's in the lead.
There he is as Schulte gets up to the wall, sparks off the right side. So the right side of that damage, all kinds of damage there, and Vernon Markheim gets sideways off turn 4. We're all the way down to 6 to go, almost halfway through this first heat race.
Yeah, and here comes Rod Minton, a heck of a run on the outside there. Gonna get by Andrew Schulte, at least alongside of him there. Powerful move on the outside there from Rod Minton in that 92 car. There he goes on the outside. Looks like he's gonna make this pass work, taking Vernon Markheim right with him.
Great show these top 3 are putting on here. Vernon Markheim tries to split the difference. Gets into Rod Minton there.
There goes Rod Minton. So Vernon Markheim claims his first victim of the night here. Sure, it won't be the last.
Probably not the only, yeah.
I noticed the beer store car is sneaking back there behind Vernon Markheim.
There he is. It's Rob Haynes in the 199 beer store, running 3rd right now. Picked up from a couple casualties, moving backwards.
Looking back, Bill Paradise, he's back in 4th, hanging on. Nice run for Bill Paradise.
And watch Bill Paradise float right to the back at the beginning of this, and I think that's going to be paying off here as he finishes in the top 4 so far of this first heat.
Might be his strategy. Stay out of trouble tonight. That's all you got to do is just drive around and stay out of trouble. Back up front, looking at Andrew Schulte. He's starting to stretch it out, got a 2.5-second lead nearly. on Vernon Margheim in second. And Vernon Margheim's car is kind of already tore up. We haven't even got 7 laps done yet. Looking at that beer store, trying to reach the back bumper of that 33 car. And as we get down, we're down to 2 to go.
2 to go. Bill Paradise again here in, well, I don't know if my scoring's off. I'm talking him in 5th place, I think, right now, right?
Yeah,
no,
I got
4th.
Bill in fourth
Yeah,
place.
4th place.
Yeah.
Up front, looking to take the, should be a white flag this time, through turns 3 and 4. We're on the final lap now. Andrew Schulte, I believe this is the back stretch.
That is correct. Entering 3 and 4 now, keeping it up high, looking for that berm up top, getting some grip. Andrew Schulte, get that wheel straightened out, gets to the throttle, first one across the line. Give that first heat to Andrew Schulte.
Children's Wisconsin, great run for him, and Rob Haynes gets to the back of Vernon Margheim across the line there. 2nd and 3rd place. Bill Paradise comfortably 4th, and here comes Christopher Davis rounding out the top 5. Rob Mitten's still out there with some plenty of damage. The guy's gonna have to work on that car during the break here. And 7th, Billy Bumgarner and Sean Turner had some trouble early on in the pit road there.
Wow, that was a heck of an exciting race here as we're about to grid up heat number 2.
Woo, that was exciting.
It was, and I'm getting my scoring set up here, and we're ready to go here, Scott.
Yeah, what do you got for a starting lineup if you got that, Ken?
I do. So starting on the pole will be Josh R. Scott. Now, everybody's starting randomly here, so they didn't qualify for these positions, but this is just 8 cars randomly selected out here. Next up is Kyle Chadwick on the outside in that 88 car. Kim Quick in 3rd. He's actually our race administrator. He's in there, but I don't think he's going to grid up tonight. In 4th is Jason Hughes. In 5th is Anthony Santoro. And in 6th, Michael Melfelt Jr. Starting in 7th, Brian Bizzell. And the last car to grid up tonight will be the 54 car of Trent Drum.
Trent Drum, always good to see him out here.
Whew, that was pretty exciting, Scott. Got my game started already early tonight. So,
yeah, I gotta catch my breath after that one, and I think maybe crack another beer here while I'm at it. But here we go, round number 2. This is the 2nd heat race, 10 laps, all green flag runs here. You want to pick an early, who do you think's gonna take this one down, Ken?
I know, I never count out Kyle Chadwick. Always aggressive. You know, somebody else 58 car usually sometimes can pull out some nice stuff. I'll stick with the 88 car for this heat.
All right, that was my second choice there. My choice, rather, was going to be your second choice. Jason Hughes in that 58, looking for aggression here on these short runs. That's where it's going to be on that SRX Chevy ZL1 there, starting 4th.
Yeah, I'm looking back here at the 54 car while we still got another lap before we go green of Trent Drum. I hadn't seen that color scheme out here. I don't think he was in that car last time. It looks like Armor All, that orange and black 54 car, kind of a neat looking car back there.
That is. I think he's going to need some armor all when he gets done with Bristol Dirt tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, I believe so. And then, you know, I'm looking at that 18 car. I believe you just freshly got that out of the paint booth, if I remember right.
Brian Bizzell, a few weeks ago. He had that the whole season through our, he was our Daytona 500 winner. But on the pole here, Josh R. Scott, Kyle Chadwick on the outside, going down the backstretch right now, I believe, with 1 to go.
So the trick on starting these cars out, the cars are really squirry, low air pressure. Getting them hooked up for these starts is always maddening for these guys. So we'll see if they got anything. They're hanging quite a ways back off the pace truck as we're getting ready to take the green flag here. And there he goes, Josh R. Scott gets to the throttle, very easy in the throttle. Kyle Chadwick looking to his outside there. Does appear to have a little bit of a run. See if he can make that outside line run. Does it? Maybe do the crossover here, get underneath. Kyle Chadwick, my pick, right to the front. Jason Hughes runs to 2nd now. That's your pick, Scott.
There we go. Yeah, you're here first. I'm 2nd. I saw some sparks flying up there from Kyle Chadwick off the turn 2 wall. Looks like some damage on the right rear there as well.
So back there, the 18 car, Brian Bizzell, looking at the inside of the 66 car of Anthony Santoro, who just got in the wall. Michael Melfelt Jr. just behind him in that 155. Trying to make the bottom work underneath Anthony there. Looking back up front, heck of a battle. Jason Hughes was all over the back bumper of that 88 car. Currently still in the 1st position there. And he must have been really close, or I kind of missed it, but that back into Chadwick's car is kind of beat up there a little bit.
Wow, they both chase each other in. Jason uses sideways into the wall.
Josh R. Scott making a run to the outside after that slip up by Kyle Chadwick. Couldn't quite get there. Kyle Chadwick's now starting to step away again.
Yeah, so we're looking at Josh R. Scott getting some heat here from Brian Bazell in third place, right behind him here. Gets in the left rear. Yeah.
Michael Melfeld Jr. Oh, I've seen that one coming. Michael Melfeld had ahead of his steam and just couldn't get it wound up. Gets into the back of that 32 car, Josh R. Scott. Going back up front here. This is about the best battle on the track right now, Scott, is at 32 and 18.
Yeah, right now in the left rear, Brian Bazell looking back at Josh R. Scott as they get together. It looks like Michael Melfeld took advantage of that one as he escapes by. Pick up second spot here. 6 laps to go. Kyle Chadwick up front.
Michael Melfeld Jr. is like, thank you very much, guys. Keep it up. Kyle Chadwick, meanwhile, is he's out there running in front. Almost got a 2-second lead up there now. Kind of can cruise easily.
And as we look out the backside of our leader, Kyle Chadwick, and nobody in sight there, just a whole lot of dirt. There we see the white car back there, the Federated Auto Parts car of Michael Melfeld. All 3 of those guys battling for position.
And he was under attack there for a minute by Josh R. Scott in the 32. Oh, 32 and the 18 get together again. Those 2 guys are buddies right now. Yeah, that's some entertaining racing back here. I'm going back to Trent Drum, and that 54 Armor All car just lost it. Gets in the inside wall there. Jason Hughes is parked. Anthony Santoro has parked it. So we're down to about 3 cars left in this, 3 or 4 cars.
Yeah, I think 4 cars. Looks like Brian Bazell in the 4th place is going to be our last car that's running right now. Trent Drum down 1 lap. Jason Hughes down 2 laps. Anthony Santoro looks like he parked it 5 laps down. Coming to the stripe. 2 to go this time for our leader, Kyle Chadwick. Your pick.
Yeah, and he's lost that lead. It was almost 2 seconds. It's down to a second. Michael Melfeld Jr., look at this. I don't think Michael liked me picking Kyle Chadwick. He says, I'm going to prove you wrong here, kid.
Yeah, we're going to cockpit view of Michael Melfeld as he tries to catch Kyle Chadwick here with 2 laps to go. You can see how much they're working these wheels here. Left and right. White flag in the air. One more time around. See what he can do. A lot of action in that throttle there. A lot of use of the throttle tonight. I'm going to be sure to control the attitude of these cars through the corner. We'll talk more about that later tonight, but a lot of skill to get these cars around here, as we can see.
Rounded out turn 4 here. Kyle Chadwick going to be the first to cross the line, going to be the winner of this second heat race, followed by Michael Melfeld Jr. Josh R. Scott now just crossing the line. Brian Bazell, last car still on the track, 18, crosses in that 4th position. Trent Drum finishes in 5th. Jason Hughes finishes in 6th. Anthony Santoro in 7th. And that rounds out heat race number 2.
Whew. That was entertaining. Can't imagine what it's going to be like later tonight in a few minutes when we get 40 of these cars out there at the same time, huh?
Yeah, I know. It's going to be hard to imagine, actually. It ought to be quite entertaining. I don't know if we can keep up with it, though, Scott. One thing interesting about these...
What do you got?
One thing interesting about these heat races tonight is the track is not changing. Usually we get the water truck out there, get the dirt respread, get some moisture down on there, but we're not doing that between the heat races. We will get the water truck out before the official race, but these guys are doing it on an old track. Anyway, these guys are rolling out. Heat number 3, David Schreck on the pole on the inside. Greg Ball, last week's winner, on the outside. James Brown in 3rd. Robert Mattis in 4th. Charles Widener in 5th. Gary Wright starts in 6th. Ron Quinsell starts in 7th. And Wesley Holland rounds out your top 8.
There we have it. Back up front. 10 laps to go. This is heat number 3 of 4. Would you say, Ken, as the track slickens up here, is it going to get faster or slower, do you think, with your experience on dirt?
I don't have that much experience on dirt, Scott. So,
I don't either. I was relying on you for that.
Yeah, I've ran on it once with you, and I think I finished 2nd to you. I think it was at Eldora in the trucks the last time I raced on dirt. It was probably a couple years ago.
Yeah. Been a while since I've been on dirt myself.
It actually gets more slick and slows down a little bit. So, all right. So, who's your pick before we go green here, Scott?
Oh boy, I think the easy pick would be last week's winner, Greg Mall, but you know what? I'm going outside the box here. I'm going the 29 car, Robert Mattis. Don't see him up front all that often, but I think tonight's his night to shine here in this quick heat race, little aggression, that monster energy. That's what it's going to take here to get it done with 10 to go. What do you think?
I'm going to take the last place guy, Wesley Holland, as we go green. And Greg Mall gets a nice jump there on the outside of David Schreck and is now in the lead. Looking a little bit further back, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Wesley Holland. Look at Wesley Holland up to fourth place already. Just gets by the 95. Yeah, remember who picked him.
Already up pretty quick here on the first lap, picking up several positions. Up 4 spots from...
Yeah, he's looking at the inside of 00 James Brown. Just gets in the wall there. Charles Widener following around. James Brown on the outside there. Wesley Holland now moving to second, just getting by David Schreck there in that 9 Coors car, that Billy Elliott scheme.
Sharp looking car back there.
I don't think Bill Elliott had the green wheels though.
No.
So Wesley Holland is about 1.7 seconds behind Greg Mall, last week's winner. It'll be interesting if he can run him down. We do have about, what, 7 laps to go, so I guess anything's possible.
Yeah, if you watch that interval out front, well, let's lock it in here. It's kind of varying quite a bit, but 1.8 seconds, let's call it. 1.8 seconds, see a couple laps if Wesley Holland can shrink that up to Greg Mall here.
I'm just looking back here at the field. Everybody's pretty much single file right now. Looking back here at the 56 car of Rod Quinzel, now currently running in 6th. Robert Mattis just behind him in 7th. In that 29 car Monster Energy drink, I guess that is.
That was my pick, and we already
yeah, and the 26 car of Gary Wright is headed to pit lane, so I think he's calling it a night, or not a night, but calling this heat round anyway.
Looks like David Schreck also on pit road as well, we just saw.
Now, if the field does get, if these qualifying races do get inverted, those guys might end up starting up front for tonight's feature.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. We're pretty sure we're not quite certainly how the grid is going to work for the main event, but that is certainly a possibility with the invert potential that some of these guys retiring early from this thing are going to end up front for the main.
Greg Mall is still running up front. He actually appears to be pulling away from Wesley Holland. Both these guys look super clean. I'm kind of impressed with the way both these guys are navigating this track tonight. They might be a couple of guys to really watch for the feature.
I think so. I think keeping the control of that car and keeping it, you know, we've seen Greg Mall use that high lane mostly, get right up, cruise right up to the wall there in the middle of the corner, and then get a straight drive off the corner. Wheels turn all the way to the right to keep it going in the straight line. Awesome control there by Greg Mall.
And I think that's what we're going to see tonight too, Scott, is this line, as the dirt gets pushed up towards the wall, they start using that wall as a bumper, getting that rear tire up against that dirt mound and kind of trying to get some traction off the corners here.
Yeah, once again here for the viewers, you can see already from the first couple of heats how much the track is slicked off there. It almost has like a grayish shine to it as we go through the middle of the corners here. 2 to go for Greg Mall, lap and a half left. Watch the corners here. We're in the cockpit of Wesley Holland. He tries to track down Greg Mall. See how much wheel there is all the way to the right there to keep it going straight. Nice job there. Keep it off the wall. White flags in the air.
Yeah, I really like the way Greg Mall's getting around this track right now. Wesley Holland has been running him down. We go into turn 3 here. Off the corner of turn 4, looks like Greg Mall wins the heat round number 3. Also last week's winner, so 2 in a row, so to speak.
That is Wesley Holland second. Charlie Winder trying to round it out here in third to bring it home in a nice clean car. Wow, that is, I don't think there's a single dent on that one. It's one of the first ones we've seen across the line. Nice job, Charlie Winder there. Rod Quinzel across the line in the 95 Chevy. And then, talked about Gary Wright, James Brown, Robert Mattis, and David Schreck rounding up the third heat here from pit road.
And now we're lining them up for the last heat race of the night. So Scott, I'm going to read some names off here, how they're going to start off, and you don't forget to pick your winner. So on the pole, which I think is somehow cheating somehow, but it is Jeffrey Merck. On the outside there is JJ Garrett. In third, James Hearn on the inside. In fourth, Christopher Howe. In fifth, Eric Talent. Starting in 6, I can't even talk tonight. Loretto Lakes. And rounding out just 7 cars is Jack Watts in that 77 Budweiser machine.
There you have it. Full field, 7 cars in this one. I got to go with, I think the purple pick. I'm going James Hearns inside row number 2 for the win in the heat race.
Oh, that's a good pick. So I've got 2 wins in a row now. I'm gonna have to gotta be smart about this. How do I get this? I got another lap and a half to figure this out. I'm just looking. Who do I like? I want to go a little. Who'd you pick again?
James Hearns, royal purple.
I'm gonna go with Eric Talent. Do something a little different here.
I like that. Gary Yamamoto paint scheme. Did that one for him a couple months back for the start of the season. Sharp looking job there. Sharp looking paint, I should say, by Eric Talent.
With a name like that, I gotta pick it, you know?
It's kind of like Kim Quick, right? If Kim Quick was out here,
Yeah.
how can you not pick Kim Quick?
Yeah, where is Kim? Oh, he's in the booth.
He is in the booth.
He's
One of our
actually
admins
our-
tonight. Yeah.
Our official, watching what these guys are doing, making sure there's no shenanigans going on out there, and keeping everybody safe and happy.
I think if JJ Garrett also, he's got to be kind of my wild card here. If he can keep that car in one piece and off the wall, I think he's going to be super hard to beat here on the dirt as well.
And we are green. Jeffrey Merck just gets a nice jump out there, nice lead. JJ Garrett right behind him as they go single file. James Hearn side by side with Eric Talent. Then Jack Watts in that Budweiser machine coming on the inside. 3 wide. Oh, it's into the back quarter of Eric Talent. But Eric Talent gets the better end of it while Jack Watts finds himself down on the apron right now.
Yeah, Loretto Lakes there trying to fill in the gap. Can't quite get there, but back up front, Jeffrey Merck putting him down. Looking at, using that bottom lane, that's something we haven't seen quite yet, especially from a leader. Might be some speed down there.
It is interesting there looking at the, oh man, I'm looking at these numbers here. I'm seeing a 20, I guess that's a 70 car there. I guess I'm zoomed too far out there. 70 car of Christopher Howell there. Now Christopher Howell, that looks like a new paint job for him as well in that Fanatec machine.
That is, we just delivered that one this afternoon for him. The Chemical Guy's car detailing car, and he chooses to debut it at Bristol Speedway in the dirt. Go figure.
Yeah, there should be extra charges for that. I'm just wondering that, because I swear it says a 20 on the side and a 70 on the top. I don't know what I'm looking at there. It looks like it says, oh.
Oh, I think it's just the design of the
20?
7. It's a 7, but it's a fat 7, so.
I guess. I'll let you slide by with that. Look at my pick up in there in second. Eric Talent getting it done.
Yeah.
He is 4 seconds off the lead though, so it's going to be a hard pull. Right now he's going to be too busy fending off Christopher Howell in that 70 machine. And speak of the devil, Christopher Howell looking at the inside. Looks like he's going to make it work. He slides it in there and gets by that 5 machine of Eric Talent. Back up front.
Oh, I think Christopher Howell just got in trouble here. Let's see if we can find him. Yep.
Yeah, he did. I don't know what happened.
Big spin there off one of the corners.
Puts Eric Talent, my man, back in second.
Still 4.5 seconds back, holding them down. A little damage on the right rear there, not too bad. JJ Garrett going at least 1 lap down.
Jack Watts looks like he's starting to run down that 5 car.
Great recover for Jack. We saw him get in trouble early and then be way off the pace on the inside of the track. Just stuck with it, finds himself in the top 3 here. Looking for a second spot on the outside, Eric Talent. Can't quite get there. He's got 3.5 more laps to figure it out.
Yeah, boy, Jack Watts is really throwing it into the corner hard, really using that throttle to get around this place. And as those two get together, still bumping and banging. Jack Watts trying to get the advantage here, both trying to get the power down.
Awesome racing there. Looks like Jack Watts is able to hold him off here and get by for second spot. 7.5 seconds behind Jeffrey Merck in first.
2 to go. Jeffrey Merck is walking away with this heat race right now. Eric Talent down on the apron. I don't know if Eric Talent's looking for a new part of the racetrack to run right now, but I don't think that's going to work, Eric.
Well, maybe he took notes from Jeffrey Merck, and Merck's like, no, not quite that low, Eric, but...
So being that Merck, if they invert the field, he's going to start dead last. or somewhere in that vicinity.
That's true. White flag out for Jeffrey Mark. Might as well get his TV time in now, because if he is going straight to the back, it's going to be a long ride to the front here in the main event.
And he almost blew it there crossing the line.
2 more corners,
He's going
Mark.
to loop it.
Yep.
Must be watching us.
Across the finish line, Jeffrey Mark, your winner for heat number 4. Jack Watts across the line in 2nd. Eric Talon in 3rd. I picked James Hearns in 4th. And Christopher Howell backing up into the pits in 5th. Loretto Lakes. And not sure where the last place car was there.
Yeah, and the last place, it looks like JJ Garrett out there 6 laps down. I think he was parked early.
Ooh,
so
there
we
got
have
a quick
it.
break here to catch our breath, Ken.
Yeah, we do. And we get to talk about this place now, Bristol. So last year, I think, was the first year that they covered this place in dirt. And so we're in our 2nd year of racing in dirt, and we're also our 1st year racing it with the next-gen car. So some more learning going on tonight.
A lot more learning. It's a great aerial view there of the track from the middle of turn 1 and 2 to see all the cars doing a warm-up. We have a 5-minute warm-up going on right now before we line up and rack up all 40 cars from the main event. In the meantime, we're going to run a little segment here. Ken Huber's going to take us down, run some laps from Bristol Motor Speedway, show us how to get around this joint, and a little segment we call Hot Laps with Huber.
All right, thank you, Scott. Welcome to Bristol. Under the lights, we're going to get dirty tonight. I promised Scott that I won't damage the car as long as he lets me take it out for a few laps, and he did. This high-ranked half-mile short track has been covered in dirt for at least the last couple of years now. I'm going to take a spin around in the Patented Paints Multi-League Racing Network Chevy Camaro ZL1. Let's jump in, take a ride around Bristol, and see what it's like driving around in the dirt. Alright, we're exiting 3, keeping the rear end hooked up. Entering turn 1, we're basically throwing the car into the turn, breaking the rear end loose, using our throttle to keep the car pointed in the direction we'd like to go. Trying to keep the rear end hooked up on these short straightaways. Again, same thing, throwing the car into the turn, using the gas pedal to steer the car around the corner. It appears while the tires are fresh, the center will be the fastest way around. As the track changes and the dirt starts getting pushed up towards the wall, drivers may find the top end starting to be a little bit faster. Drivers will want to keep it off the apron, which is hard to see. Really unloads the wedge in the car, and if you're not careful, you lose the rear end and lots of time trying to save it. All right, Scott, kept the car clean. Well, I kept it safe anyway, but it needs a bath. I think I'll throw it back to you upstairs in the booth while I take this thing to the car wash and we can get this race underway.
Appreciate that, Ken. Hot Laps with Huber one more time, getting it done there. Appreciate all the work you put into that, Ken. Awesome job, looking sharp, and hopefully maybe these drivers took a couple notes on how to get around this place tonight, and it's going to be tough here with 40 of them out there.
Yeah, well, it looks like there's a couple guys out there that already got really fast times already. So I noticed during practice that Wesley Holland was the fastest guy out there during practice. He had a 19.3 during practice, which was like 2 or 3 tenths above his closest competitor. So really fast out there. And if you remember, he started in his heat race all the way from the back, ran it up and won his heat race, I believe.
He did, and we're looking at Wesley Holland right now in 2nd spot. During this warm-up, just about a minute and a half to go before we grid. Jeffrey Mark on top there, no surprise there. Vernon Margam in 3rd, Rob Haynes in the beer store in 4th. Josh R. Scott gets just bumped out by Jack Watts. Looks like he put down an awesome lap there in the 77 car. Big wreck here, oh boy. I don't know if there's going to be time to hammer out these cars before the main event.
Yeah, that's a good question. So one thing we were talking about, the track is really, you know, all the dirt has moved up on the track because we've been through 4 heat rounds, practice. We're in a warm-up session right now, and so dirt's being pushed up the track. But the water sharks are going to be out for the for the feature, and we'll get this track back in race condition here. And looks like a nice night out here too. Current outside temperature is 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies with a track temperature of 71 degrees, and I'm not sure how much that matters, Scott, but I imagine it has to be some factor there.
Yeah, certainly. Cool night here at Bristol. Under the lights. Round
So
number 9.
while we're waiting for practice, why don't we go over the points?
Yeah, what you got for points? We don't have graphics tonight, but if you can sum that up for us, Ken, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so right now, Justin Michael's still leading the points. He's not here tonight. I believe couldn't get the car to the track or failed a pre-race inspection, something like that. You know, Justin Michael, he's got 3 wins on the season. Currently our point leader, Wesley Holland, now in 2nd place in points. Rob Haynes still in 3rd. Up 2 spots in 4th position is James Hearns. In 5th place in points is Brian Bazell, tied with Kyle Chadwick for 5th. In 7th is Billy Bumgardner. In 8th is Christopher Davis. In 9th is Charles Widener. He's up a position from last week's race. And then Greg Ball, our last week's winner, is in the 10th position, up 5 spots from last week's race. Going in the reverse direction in 11th spot is Jeffrey Merck. He lost 3 positions in the points this week. Next up is Josh R. Scott in 12th. Jack Watson 13th. Michael Melfelt Jr. in 14th. Jason Hughes in 15th. Rounding out our top 16 is Rob Mitten. And then the outsiders looking in is Eric Talent in 17th. Verna Margheim in 18th. James 00 Brown tied for 18th. And then in the last, hopefully transfer spot or outside guy looking in is Bill Paradise.
All right, appreciate that point standings update, Ken. And we've got some starting grid here. Let's see if we can get this.
I have it here if you don't.
There we go. I do have it right now. Andrew Schulte on the pole from West Dallas, Wisconsin, 81, Wisconsin Children's. Kyle Chadwick in 2nd. Greg Maul, last week's winner, in 3rd from Arroyo, Nebraska. Jeffrey Merck, top 5 here. Good starting spot for him. And 4th, Vernon Margheim rounding up the top 5. Michael Milfeld Jr. in 6th. Wesley Holland, super fast there in 7th. Jack Watts in 8th. Rob Haynes in the beer store, starting in 9th. And Josh R. Scott starting in 10th.
In 11th, Charles Widener. In 12th, Eric Talent. In 13th, Bill Paradise. Brian Bazell in the 14th. Ron Quinzel in 15th. James Hearns in 16th. Christopher Davis in 17th. In 18th, Trent Drum. In 19th, Gary Wright. And in 20th, Christopher Howell.
21st, Rod Minton, Anthony Santor in 22nd, and 23rd, Rob Mattis. Loretto Lakes in 24th. Sean Turner from Michigan in 25th. Jason Hughes 26th. James 00 Brown from Mendota, Illinois in 27th. JJ Garrett 28th. Billy Bumgarner 29th. Kim Quick, and I believe he's going to be starting tonight. He's going to be in the tower, but 31st will be David Schreck rounding out the field from Apopka, Florida. Performance Racing Team. All right, there we have it. Grid is set. Crowd is filled. Perfect weather. Let's get this thing started. What do you say?
I say let's do it. And we are 1 to go. The pace truck just crosses the line. 1 to go. We got a fresh track out there right now. It looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's cleaned off too much there. I don't know if the water truck did that great of a job on it, but we'll see. These guys are going to have to deal with the hand that they're being dealt right now anyway. So, like I said at the start of this thing, it's time to roll up them sleeves, get those hands dirty, and maybe get those elbows out, get to some hardcore racing here.
That is it. We're off the tail of the truck here. We're going to watch them turn into the pit road here off the turn 4. Lights are out. We're going green this time. 67 laps in the main event tonight. Pace truck is off. Andrew Schulte chooses the outside. Green flag is out, and he is down and away in turn number 1. Kyle Chadwick with a great start there. Jeffrey Mark looking on the high side.
Yeah, last week winner back there in 4th. That 7 car and that Miller Fortune. Jeffrey Merck looked at the inside of that 88 car. Just behind them, rounding out your top 5, is Vernon Margheim. Wesley Holland is just... Sorry about that, Scott. Wesley Holland is back there in the 6th position. Oh, there's a stack up there with Jeffrey Merck up there in our 3rd position. Just happened to catch that. Everybody checked up there.
Yeah, looks like Kyle Chadwick on the high side. Greg Maul. Good racing there off of turn number 4. Just slide into turn number 1 here. Ooh.
Yeah, wow, this is, I keep thinking there's going to be a wreck, and then there's not.
Right? Guys doing a heck of a job. There's a slide job. Gets Kyle Chadwick in the wall. Not sure he's going to be happy about that one. As it comes down and
then he gets Wesley Holland.
Wesley Holland.
That's probably going to bring out a caution, and it does. Collects up Michael Melfelt, too. Well, it's a tough start there for Wesley Holland, Kyle Chadwick, and Michael Melfelt Jr. As we see, I don't know if you're on the 41 car, he still can't get that thing turned around.
Yeah, we're about to take a look at the Take a look at the replay here in slow motion. Looks like Kyle Chadwick on the outside, gets a little loose. That's after he got in contact with Greg Mall. Comes down the track, hooks Wes Holland in the left rear. You know, that's actually the right rear, I'm sorry. And then Michael Milfeld Jr. getting the worst of that, getting collected. Josh R. Scott, Eric Talent find their way through. Charlie Widner. Those guys getting slowed up. James Hearns sliding through. Ooh. Tough break for them. Like I said, no fast repairs tonight either, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to mention. No fast repairs. So these guys got to deal with the damage. They can go in there and try to get it beat out. Bristol is kind of in a lot of ways. The pit lane is like Martinsville. If you're going into the pit lane towards the back of the field, even under caution, you can find yourself going a lap down. So one of the struggles Wesley Holland finds himself in now, I believe, after that accident, he's going to be towards the back, and to get some of those fenders beat out and whatnot, he'll probably go a lap down if he went into pit lane. So I believe he elected to stay out. Now, as long as he doesn't have any suspension damage or tire damage or anything like that, he probably won't be none worse for the wear.
Yeah, aerodynamics don't mean a whole lot here, so.
So yeah, it was actually I was really impressed with that start here tonight, Scott. Everybody was really racing heads up. I think, you know, other than those two guys getting together, Wesley Holland and I can't remember who the second car was there.
Chadwick, I believe.
Yeah, Chadwick. You know, it was almost an incidental touch too. It wasn't like, you know, both those guys were trying to get the car straightened out and they just got together. These cars aren't exactly set up for dirt track racing. You know, something else that's interesting, Scott, you know, on these dirt tracks, you know, they tend to run a lot of stagger on their rear tires and whatnot. And I'm not sure if NASCAR has it set up that way, but I can tell you under acceleration, like on the straight stretches and stuff like that, the car actually wants to pull to the right. So it almost acts like there's a ton of stagger in it because that left rear is spinning faster than the right rear. So it's actually really kind of not intuitive on the straight stretch when you're jamming on the throttle because car wants to go the opposite way than what you think it should go.
Yeah, you can see on the green, well, I'm sure we'll have several shots later tonight, but these guys are working the wheels all the way down the straightaway, even though it's a pretty short straightaway, but pretty much don't get any breaker on this whole bowl here, Bristol Motor Speedway. Normally the banks are pretty high here, but I think if they shallowed out the banking of the turn for the dirt. Do you happen to know what the banking is, Ken, of this?
I don't know off the top of my head what the banking is. Usually I have that information. I thought it was 31 degrees for some reason of the paved surface, but
right.
Not really sure. I know that NASCAR was talking about that they did even a more progressive banking than they have in past with the dirt, so I'm not sure what they did. And whatever NASCAR did.
Doubling up here, and there it is. Lights are up. You can see the yellow flag disappear in the top left corner. Our scoring pylon. Lap number 9 of 67 on the board. Andrew Schulte taking the outside once again here. Worked good for him the first time.
Yeah, I believe so. He's going to have a mirror full of Jeffrey Merck. I think Jeffrey Merck's going to be coming for him on this restart. He was able to get around Vernon. I believe he started behind that 7 car, if I remember right. I'm just looking here. Merck started in 4th, yeah, so he passed a couple cars to get where he's at. So I'll let you take us to green there, Scott.
All right. Andrew Schulte on the high side, going cockpit view. Waiting, waiting, waiting. There it is. Green flag is out. Down the inside. Andrew Schulte with a good jump there on the outside. Jeffrey Mark on the inside. Vernon Margine with a great run there, trying to get to the left rear of Jeffrey Mark. Can't quite get it done. Greg Mall takes advantage of that and 4th spot fills that gap.
Yeah, Vernon Margine getting a great run on the outside there. Actually, just outpowered Greg Mall there. As Vernon Margine, we got a battle for the lead. Jeffrey Merck looking on the inside on the bottom of the track. Andrew Schulte on the outside.
I think the momentum's going to carry him. Can't quite clear him. Jeff's going to jam it in there, see if he can get to his clear him. Can't quite do it. Andrew says, no, I'm still here. Side by side. Still off to turn number 4. Lap number 12 going on the board here.
That was a power move for Jeffrey Merck to get the lead.
Oh, and Schulte says...
Oh, then Vernon Margine just gets into Andrew Schulte. Andrew Schulte in the wall. We're still green. Going back up front here. I was going to say, you know, Jeffrey Merck has had some really terrible luck this year on the ovals, and sounds like we might have a wreck somewhere here. Looks like we're still green.
Still green. We're at the backside of Jeffrey Mark. Our leader right now is Andrew Schulte. We saw him having some hard time there. Looks like awesome view there of Vernon Margheim getting all kinds of sideways there in the corner.
So I'm just going back through the field here. I'm in ninth here with Michael Melfelt Jr. in an eighth position of the 18 car, Brian Mazzell, in that back truck car, I should say.
Yeah.
And he just got passed by Michael Melfelt Jr. having a wonderful night again tonight. But you know, something about Michael Melfelt Jr. He always starts off strong, and then by the end, oh, maybe we shouldn't be talking about it. No, we got caution. Caution is out.
Caution is out. We'll take a look at what happened here. There it is. Lap 15 on the board. Rewind the tapes. Let's see what we can figure out. Looks like Eric Talent is involved. Greg Mall, Rob Haynes, Vernon Margheim. Yeah, we're going to take a look here with you. Vernon Margheim off of turn number 4. Looks like Robert Mattis, I think that is on the outside, and Greg Mall hooks him on the inside to the wall. And then if we go to the blimp here, you can see a bunch of cars. Andrew Schulte sliding through, gets into the 29. Tough break for a lot of those guys that get slowed up. Vernon Margheim, man, he had a great run. He was in top 5, was he not? Do you remember?
He did. He was in the top 3, I believe. And I'm just, while you were bringing up that replay, I was watching all kinds of drama during the parade lap here, the pace lap. And Vernon Margheim and Eric Talent were still getting together there. And, you know, Scott, this is our third short track race. And, you know, each one's kind of been a struggle with the new cars. And I think, you know, some tempers might be getting a little heated out there tonight here in the dirt.
Already. Heating them up, 17 laps. We got ways to go here. I thought this was going to click by pretty quick, but
yeah, and somehow Vernon Margheim spun it out on the parade lap. Him and Eric Talent got together while you were talking, and I don't know, there's some strange stuff going on. And Vernon Margheim now is I'm showing him a lap down.
I think he's lost connection. I don't even show him on the track. Yeah, 2 laps down. He may have either disconnected or had some internet problems there, but.
Yeah, all right. Well, I guess we're going to re-rack, restack, do this again.
That's how we do it. We're looking at...
So you know what, Scott? You know something we haven't done?
What's that?
We haven't done a crank it up.
We haven't.
In the dirt before.
Do it on this one. What do you say? I think we can load that up.
When we go green.
All right.
We got some cars going to pit lane. Probably get some sheet metal banged out. 70s on pit lane right now. I didn't catch all the cars on pit lane, but I believe they're just getting some sheet metal banged out because I don't think we need any fuel tonight. Mike could use tires. I don't know. That's dirt is not my area of expertise. We have lost some drivers so far tonight, though. So far, it looks like JJ Garrett, one of our first ones out of the race tonight. Vernon Margheim, who we seen in the last incident, is out. Bill Paradise, looks like we had a mechanical failure on Bill Paradise. And you know, we talked about Bill Paradise earlier and figured he was going to keep it clean. He was really clean during the heat races, kind of ran up to 3rd or 4th, I don't remember. But having some tough luck tonight. Looks like he had some mechanical troubles and had to park it. All right, well, we go green. Our top 5 so far, Jeffrey Merck, still got up front, raced his way up front from 4th, and now he's going to start. Don't know if he's going to take the inside or outside, but he's going to be in the lead when we restart. Jack Watts on his outside. Greg Mall is going to start in 3rd. In 4th, Michael Melfelt Jr. In 5th, Brian Mazzell. And in 6th, James Hearns. In 7th, Rod Minton. In 8th, Kyle Chadwick. Kind of struggling a little bit. He started in 2nd. He's all the way back to 8th now. Josh R. Scott in 9th. And Andrew Schulte wraps out your top 10.
All right, there we have it. The lights are out on the pace truck. Going green this time by. Pace truck is in, and green flag is out. Let's crank it up. Here we go. racing there. And several cars changing spots there. Looking at Ron Quinsell back in 21st. I think he picked up that spot from Sean Turner. A couple other battles on the track there.
Maybe you could go back to the 10th position, Wesley Holland. I was noticing this during the cranking up. Wesley Holland, if you remember, was involved in that first caution, I believe. Ended up all the way at the tail end of the field. He's now up to the 10th spot and moving his way up just behind Greg Mall there in that heavily modified 41 Jimmy John's machine, which I'd call it Jimmy Junk machine at this point.
Jimmy Junk machine, I like that. And so Wesley Holland, Colorado Springs, Colorado started 7th, running in 10th, and yellow flag is out as we get woed up here. Woo!
Oh, I think I seen Jack Watts in the wall there. Looked like it might have started with Jack Watts. He's parked up top there.
All right, let's rack him back here and see if we can find what happened. Not quite finding it yet. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Said it was Jack Watts.
Oh, I see what happened. So Jack Watts was going on the inside of Christopher Davis, who got really sideways, and Christopher Davis came down, trying to save the car, and got into the side of Jack Watts, which spun him out there, put him up against the wall.
There we go. Get this queued up. Look, watch this here. There's Jack Watts off the corner, gets a little bit sideways. Oh, there it is. Yep, that car just hooks to the right rear of Jack Watts. Michael Milfeld come flying in there. Eric Talon gets through. Jason Hughes, Kyle Chadwick, Greg Mall. We watch Wes Holland skate through. Tough break for Jack Watts here. And especially after that awesome run in the heat race. Second, I think, in the heat race.
Kidding. And he was having a great major race too. Scott, I just noticed something. Quick repairs are on tonight. I think our race admin didn't realize, but the quick repairs are on. Both Michael Melfelt and Jack Watts got brand new cars.
Brand new cars. Wonder if Wesley Holland knows, got the memo.
I don't know. Hopefully he's watching the broadcast. Although Wesley Holland's getting it done, you know, regardless of the damage. So Wesley Holland now finds himself up in 8th. Like I said, that's incredible comeback for Wesley Holland, coming through all that traffic, all that damage. Kind of now finds himself starting to peak at that top 5. Now that he's up front there towards it, he's probably going to find his way into the top 5 at least. Jeffrey Merck's been really strong. It's going to be Jeffrey Merck's, you know, Achilles heel, though, the way his races have been going this season, you know. You can keep that. I do notice some damage on the back of that 60 machine there too, Scott. So I don't know if that's from tapping the wall or somebody getting in the back of him.
Yeah, interesting there. We talk about Jeffrey Merck, how he struggles on the oval, at least all this year, right? He got it done at the road course at Circuit of the Americas. But this is almost, I mean, this is about as far from a traditional oval, I guess, as you can get, right? So maybe Merck has a shot?
Maybe that's going to be his secret today, is win on everything but the traditional ovals.
Right.
He has been starting to drop back in the points, and so, you know, he's going to have to start working on it. He's going to find himself on the outside looking in. So as we get ready to rack and stack them, our top 5 or top 10, let's see, Jeffrey Merck on the inside, going to take that inside spot again. Rod Mitten on the outside in that 92 machine. Josh R. Scott in the 32 in 3rd. Andrew Schulte will start off in 4th. On the inside, Jason Hughes in that orange and black Bad Apple Racing car. And then on the outside there, Kyle Chadwick starting to make some positions back in 6th. Greg Mall in 7th. Wesley Holland in 8th. Brian Bizzell in 9th. And Charles Widener rounds out your top 10.
There you see him. Talk about big mover of the race, Jason Hughes. Got to give credit to him where credit's due. Up 21 spots to P5 here for this restart. As we go into green flag is out.
And you mentioned he's up 21 spots. I see 21 different colors of paint on his car too, so that might be the reason. As we run, I'm looking back here at 3rd and 4th right now. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. There's a great battle going back here. Jason Hughes, Greg Ball, Andrew Schulte. Might try to take it 3 wide here. No, we got the caution out again.
Yellow's out just as fast as we get going. We're going to slow him down and rack him up again. We'll see if we can find out What happened to
Looks
bring up
like-
discussion?
Looks like the 24 car Loretto Lakes is way off pace there. Now at pit lane, I'm not sure. As we try to track down the replay here, it's a short little burst. Well, it looks like we did at least do the crank it up at the right time.
Yeah, right? I can't quite find this one. I don't know if you have a...
Now let me take a look at Loretto Lakes here, because he was way off here. Let me see if I can find him. Yeah, so it was Loretto Lakes, and it looks like him in the 77 car, Jack Watt. So Loretto Lakes, just watching it here, Scott, see if I can figure out what happened.
Yeah, I'm right. I got it now. Cockpit view of Loretto Lakes. Jack Watts in front there. I'm going to watch it full speed from Loretto Lakes. Jack Watts comes down the hill there, gets into the right side of Loretto, and away he goes.
Yeah, Loretto looks like he was a victim in that one. Just wrong place, wrong time there.
Back up front, Jeffrey Merck. I think he's led every lap so far.
Well, that'd be hard to do, but he might have. He started in fourth, though. I think he maybe didn't lead the first 5 or 6, but
you're right. Yep.
He came right to the front immediately. As we got somebody getting the lucky dog there. I believe that was the car that I can't distinguish whether it's a 20 or a 70. Josh R. Scott back there in third, having a great night there. Rod Minton as well. Lawn chair man out there. If you remember a couple races ago, racing on that wooden chair and a laptop. I don't know if he's putting us on. Of course, there's some guys, Scott, that are running Windows 7 still, so, you know.
Not even double-digit Windows.
Just looking back through here, the field, top 10, having a solid night. Some names that we're not used to seeing up here, and some familiar names and some not so familiar names. And I was going to comment on that too earlier, Scott. I was wondering if we're going to see another first-time winner here tonight, being that the track is so different in this different configuration.
I think the odds are pretty good, and my vote, Rod Minton, I think he was my... No, I'm going to confuse with somebody else. Who was my pick for one of the heats there? I forget who it was. 29, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was 29.
Yeah, which, if you reverse it, I got the 92, Rod Minton. Awesome run for him. Up 19 spots, almost as much spots there. Jason Hughes, like I mentioned earlier in the night, was up 21 spots. Right now he's up 20 spots in P6.
And you actually picked Jason Hughes in one of the heat rounds too, if I remember.
I did, see?
And all your movers they didn't do squat in the heat rounds, but they're bringing it in the
Saving
feature.
for when it counts.
Yeah.
But man, Rod
They're gonna
Minton,
get paid for something.
Yeah, we're gonna go cockpit view of Rod Minton for this restart. I think when the lights go out, the lights are out on the car, the truck up front.
Go through the top guys here. Jeffrey Merck going to start on the inside again. Rod Minton on his outside in that 92 machine. Josh R. Scott in third on the inside. Greg Ball in fourth in that Miller Fortune machine. Andrew Schulte starting in fifth on the inside. Jason Hughes, strong mover of the night, going to start on the outside in sixth. And why don't you take us to the green there, Scott?
Here we go. We're on board. You're watching as we do. Rod Minton on the outside. Looks like Jeffrey Merck chose the inside. He's got his Josh R. Scott on the inside behind him as he takes off. Green flag is out. Great run by Jeffrey Merck as he heads into turn number 1. Rod Minton here tries to get up to his right rear. Keep some momentum going up on the outside. See how Jeffrey Merck struggling there on the inside. Here comes the run. See if Rod can get it done here. 3 wide in turn number 1. Here comes Josh R. Scott. Let him know he's not out of this thing yet.
Oh my goodness, that was close, and he's not done. Jeffrey Merck is just all of a sudden dropping like a stone, and our leader is having all kinds of struggle. Oh, and the 32 of Josh R. Scott gets into the 92 of Rod Minton, and the 7 car of Greg Ball. He's causing all kinds of havoc out there. Now is in the side of Jeffrey Merck. Rod Minton on the inside there, trying to make it happen. Josh R. Scott, he's a madman. Stop the guy. Look into the inside there.
He ain't afraid to throw it in there. Jeffrey Merck for the slide job. Pick up another spot here. We're on board. Going back with Josh R. Scott here. Let's go cockpit view. See what he's dealing with. See what I'm sure he's struggling here. Watch that wheel sawing back and forth. Swatting flies to the corner. Looking at Jeffrey Merck. It looks like Andrew Schulte took the lead up front there.
and we're under caution. And I was going to say something, Scott. Yeah, I don't know where that happened, but just behind him, there was all kinds of drama. And looks like the 58 car. Yeah, it was the 58 car somehow of Jason Hughes around. You'll have to back that up and see what happens, Scott.
Yeah, we're taking a look.
Again, we talk about certain drivers, Scott, and we're bringing drama to their race.
Right? You said Jason Hughes, you think?
Jason Hughes in the 58 car, most definitely.
Let's take a look. Look at the replay here. He slides up in front of Charlie Widner. Charlie Widner says, my bumper's there. Turns on the outside wall and takes off the front end of Jason Hughes' car in turn number 1 and 2.
So with all that drama there, and we got a new leader, Andrew Schulte, and the car is actually pretty clean in that 81 machine, that children's car. Yeah, very clean car. A little bit of damage on the back bumper, but nothing that's going to hurt that machine. Jeffrey Merck kind of struggled on that last restart. I'm not sure what was going on with Jeffrey Merck, but he seemed to find his way back up to second. So good job, Jeffrey Merck. He isn't going to give it up yet.
You know what I really liked about Jeffrey Merck floating back there when he had some trouble? He didn't kind of lose that mental game, right? We've seen a lot of times when people get out of line, maybe get a little sideways, get 3 or 4 cars to pass them, and then they just kind of like get their mental game, let it get the best of them, and they start making more mistakes. So Jeffrey Merck held his composure. Car still in one piece. Second spot with his teammate up there with the lead. Still got plenty of time here to re-rack and get it done again.
Yeah, so when we restart, Scott, we're going to have about 20 to go, maybe 21 to go, I think. So we're getting down to that shootout phase. Still kind of a long ways to go in the dirt, especially with the amount of cautions we've had. We've had 5 cautions so far with 22 laps. You know, I do predict that we probably will see another caution or 2 before this thing is over.
I would say that's a pretty safe bet.
Josh R. Scott, though, man, that run that I swear to God, that guy was on crack coming up through the field. Holy smokes, Scott. That was a heck of a run. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Talk about the definition of a slide job when he came through there 3 wide. I didn't even see him come until I saw him coming on the TV screen there, right through the middle, not afraid of anything. Domino's Pizza. Maybe he's delivering some pizza there. What do you think?
Yeah, he's delivering something. Delivering pain to the other drivers, I think, is really what he's delivering. Speaking of delivering pain, that 92 at Rob Minton, too. Look at that car. If you just do a sweep around that car, there's not a straight panel on that car, but it's all still there. At least, you know, the front clips on it, the rear clips on it, but it's not straight by any means. Wesley Holland back there. You know, I mentioned it. Yeah, he found the quick repair. Look at that, Scott. That machine is fairly new. Just a little bit of scraping on that car, but that car is fresh.
I wonder if they only have one fast repair, or if it's, you know, if Kim made a mistake in the race, or whatever the case may be, if there's multiple fast repairs. I'm not sure. Or if they're just limited to one, maybe.
Anyway, pace lights out in the truck. Andrew Schulte, our leader, took the outside. Jeffrey Merck on the inside. Josh R. Scott on the outside. Or on the inside. Rod Minton on the outside. Wesley Holland in 5th. Rob Haynes, which we haven't talked about yet tonight, out there in 6th, getting ready to go green.
We're going to watch this from the nose cam here, down low from Wesley Holland on the inside of row number 3. As Andrew Schulte gets a great jump up front. And Wesley Holland gets a big bumper full of Josh R. Scott there.
Yeah, Jeffrey Merck hangs tight with Wesley Holland there. Looking at the inside there, doesn't quite have the momentum. I believe that outside, all that dirt's moved up to the outside. Andrew Schulte has found the bumper up top. Gonna try to use it there, keep that momentum up high.
Here's some other names back here. Rob Haynes making some moves on the outside of Jack Watson, 77, creeping up onto Josh R. Scott.
Yeah, meanwhile, while that battle's going on, Wesley Holland, like I said, going to the inside of Rod Minton, and we got a caution.
Yellow's out again.
And I'm looking for this one, Scott. Not seeing it yet. Looks like the 56 car. Maybe. So the 56 car of, it looks like Rod Quincell is way off pace there.
All right, let's take a look here. Give me 1 second. Quincell, you said, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the 56 car, Rod Quincell. It looks like I got it here. So
Oh, here we go. I got, yeah, off. Oh, looks like it started in front of him. Maybe David Schreck got a little loose here on the top side of that Coors Light. Eric Talent, they get together. Rob Quincell gets collected. You see them go for a ride on the outside. Then Rod Quincell gets sideways trying to correct it. Gets airborne on the outside wall. Tough break for Ron there.
Yeah, so we'll have about 15, 14 laps to go when we take the green flag here. Top 5, Andrew Schulte, Jeffrey Merck, Wesley Holland, Rod Minton, Josh R. Scott. These guys have kind of showed, you know, that they've got some dirt skills right now. And to have these 5 guys up top right now, and Jack Watts, who got that quick repair too, I had mentioned he's currently in 6th. I had mentioned that he had the same kind of incident Wesley Holland did. Ended up moving all the way to the back of the field after a early caution. He's got a brand new Budweiser machine out there with that quick repair. I wouldn't count Jack Watts out of this thing either.
Yep. Sharp looking car, still rebuilt there. Been in plenty of action tonight, but staying strong there. No, I'm really impressed with tonight. It's Josh R. Scott. We've seen plenty of aggression out of him. The car's scraped up, banged up a little bit, but I don't think he's used a fast repair. And it's good to see Josh R. Scott there in the top 5 getting it done.
Yeah,
he might be looking at maybe a podium tonight with a little luck on his side here on this restart.
Yeah, and he's going to see these flags drop in quick succession too. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he was that aggressive that early. That this last 10 or 15 laps is going to be pretty impressive. So the big story of the night: Jeffrey Merckx still up front. We're almost done with this race. 15 laps to go. Jeffrey Merckx really struggled on the ovals. Looking at a podium right at the moment, maybe even a win. Looking at the back bumper of that 81 machine of Andrew Schulte. Andrew Schulte really hasn't had a great season either. I believe he's winless, which is kind of unusual for Andrew Schulte. We're like 7 or 8 races into the season, and Andrew Schulte being winless, I never thought I'd say that.
That is true. And along with that, let's talk about Jeffrey Merck in second spot here with only 1 win, right? I mean, we talked about his win at Circuit of the Americas, but a little surprised to talk about his struggles on the ovals tonight, but maybe things are starting to turn here. And like I said, this is about as unconventional of an oval as it gets. So Jeffrey Merck, some good luck. Hopefully he can keep it up there, up front, battling his teammate here for the win with about 10 laps to go and we'll get it restarted.
Yeah, we got a half a lap before we go green. Andrew Schulte took the inside lane this time with Jeffrey Merck on his outside. Got Wes Holland on the inside of the 92 of Rod Minton. And Josh R. Scott, crazy man, on the inside with the 77 Budweiser machine of Jack Watts on the outside as we're getting ready to go green.
Let's go cockpit view with Josh R. Scott for this aggression. See if it's time to repay that favor. Last time watched the restart with Wes Holland looking on the backside of Josh R. Scott. This time the roles are reversed as Josh has a little trouble getting the power down there. Lots of cars on the outside.
Yeah, he couldn't get the rear end of that car hooked up. Jack Watts looking at the inside of Rod Minton there in 4th position there. Makes the pass. Man, Jack Watts is looking mighty strong tonight.
Great move there. Nice clean. Held the line, didn't overdrive it. Awesome job by Jack there.
Back and looking up at the front too, Jeffrey Merck, Andrew Schulte, pretty much nose to tail. Jeffrey Merck looking to the outside, can't get the power down. Andrew Schulte is currently maintaining that high side. If these guys aren't careful, they're going to have a ear full of Wesley Holland, who's lurking back there in 3rd position.
It's true, they're not done racing yet. Coming up on 10 laps to go this time by. Andrew Schulte gets a big run there off of turn number 2.
Jack Watts looking on the back bumper of Wesley Holland right now. Looking to make that pass. Looking towards the inside of Wesley Holland there for that 3rd position. Really impressive run with that 77 car tonight. Jeffrey Merck back up 1-2. Jeffrey Merck trying everything, trying every line. Sticking it way down low, running it in hard.
Locking up the brakes too down there. He's using all of his hands and all of his feet, I'm sure, in that cockpit.
Yeah, he's having a hard time defeating that run that Andrew Schulte is getting off the high side, as these two are starting to check away from Wes Holland at the moment. But Merck, don't count Merck out. He's still there, still running in hard. They're side by side there. Can't get the power down like Andrew Schulte can. That low side just can't get the momentum off the corner.
So what do you do if you're in this position, Ken? If I'm thinking of Jeffrey Merck, you're not going to beat Andrew running his exact same line, right? Andrew's comfortable on that high line, but if he's got that blocked up, there's really no way around him up there. So you got to change it up. But I don't know if he's finding enough speed there on the bottom side.
Yeah, I agree. I think if it comes to me, but I'm not the expert dirt racer, but I'd tuck up on his back bumper and see if I can nervous him out of that position.
Yeah, put the pressure on him, see him get in his head a little bit, make him make a mistake. But let's talk about mistakes. Jeffrey Merck loses a little bit of time to Andrew Schulte. Now he's got to deal with Wesley Holland here in third spot, all over his back bumper.
Yeah, and while Merck made the mistake, then so did Andrew Schulte, and that allowed Jeffrey Merck. Now Merck is on the outside, but he's got a lap car, that 26 machine there. Oh, it gets squeezed. Wes Holland gets by Jeffrey Merck on the inside. We got a caution. We got a new top 5. And the caution's coming out with 5 to go, so that pretty much means a green-white checker at this point. And I believe we have 2, right, Scott? That's what the normal running is. Of course, yes. We got quick repairs tonight, too, which weren't supposed to happen. So I actually don't know how many green-white checkers we're going to have.
All right.
I'm just going to look at the
the
rules here to see what we got.
Do you have any idea where the started?
No, I didn't catch it. No. I just heard the race officials say there's 2 green-white checkers. It might have been the 88 car there of Kyle Chadwick there, Scott. You'll have to look because it looks like he's catching back up to the field. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Or the 78 car.
88, I think. I don't think there's any issues with him. I don't know. We'll let that one pass. Want to definitely not miss this restart here, so.
Yeah, we don't want to miss out on this carnage.
Right.
Going back up front, so we got a little bit of shuffle in the top 5. Andrew Schulte now is still leading this thing. Wesley Holland now finds himself in 2nd place, which is pretty damn amazing tonight. Jeffrey Merck has dropped back to 3rd, but he's strong. I'm not counting Jeffrey out yet. Maybe he can break that streak tonight. Jack Watts in 4th. Heck of a run with Jack Watts. Rod Mitten in that beat-up car of his is rounding out your top 5.
6, Rod Haynes. 7th, Josh R. Scott, still sticking strong in there. Greg Mall can bounce around like a pinball most of tonight. Staying strong in top 10 there. Brian Bazell, 18th, or not 18th, an 18 car, running 9th, and Christopher Davis running out of top 10.
So something else, Scott, we run back to the 58 car of Jason Hughes. So Jason Hughes is another one of those drivers that had a caution about halfway through this race. We were talking about him because he pretty much made his way up to the top 5. Had a crash, got dropped back to the end of the field. Now he's back up here, tapping on the top 10 again. So somehow he's run his way back up.
Yeah, way to stick in there in the Bad Apple Racing. Chevy still looks pretty sharp. SRX. I'm excited for the SRX Tour this year. They come back to Thompson for the season opener. I went last year at Thompson, one of my home tracks here in Connecticut. And what an awesome facility, number one, and certainly an awesome organization that they put together. Tony Stewart, Ray Evernham, all those guys. So looking forward to the season opener. I'll be there at the track at Thompson this year.
Yeah, very awesome. Let's see what our weather's doing. So weather hasn't changed too much. It's down 2 degrees, 78 degrees, still under partly cloudy track. Temperature 71 degrees, not much change. It's dirt. We haven't had a water truck out there tonight, so I imagine the track's going to be really slick. It's going to be important on this restart to get the rear end to hook up. As we get ready to stack them up, I think the pace lights just might have went out.
Lights are out. Yep.
Andrew Schulte is going to take the outside lane to restart this thing. Wesley Holland on his inside. Jeffrey Merck on the inside as well in 3rd position. Jack Watts, great performance tonight on the outside in 4th. Rod Mitten in 5th. And on the outside, that 199 beer store of Rob Haynes.
All right, let's try one more time. Green, white, checkered. Here we come. And watch us from the left rear. Andrew Schulte, our leader, on the outside. Wesley Holland on the inside there. Truck is in. Green flag is out. Down and away here.
Andrew Schulte gets a great start there. The 60 car, Jeffrey Merck, under a great deal of pressure of the 77 car, Jack Watts. Jack Watts almost got around on the outside there. As these three, the top 3, getting really close to each other. Looked like Wesley Holland was looking towards the inside of Andrew Schulte there.
White flag this time. Last lap here for Andrew Schulte. Wesley Holland looking to battle Jeffrey Mark on the outside. They both get tangled up. Everybody trying to get through. Jack Watts looks like he gets through safely. Rod Minton gets through. Greg Mall making a run here at the top 5. Skates his way through. As we're watching Andrew Schulte in Children's Wisconsin 81 car off turn number 4. Checkered flag. Give it to him. Jack Watts. Awesome job, Jack.
Watts.
There, Joshua Scott. Let's see. No, Joshua Scott in 5th tonight.
Greg Mall 3rd.
Yeah.
Rod Minton 4th. And then Joshua Scott, still a heck of a run in 5th position there. Christopher
What
Davis,
a
6th.
finish.
Yeah, that was a crazy finish there, Scott. Well, you know what happened. Jeffrey Merck, man, he's gonna finish, just barely in the top 20 tonight.
Awesome job to watch Andrew Schulte here on the start-finish line. Probably put on a show for the fans here. Gonna line up our interviews here. We'll take a couple minutes to do that, and we'll be back here shortly. We're looking for Andrew Schulte, Jack Watts, Greg Mall.
Yeah, I'm bringing them up on the radio channels now for you, Scott. So whenever you're ready.
Oh, might as well talk to our race winner, I guess, of Andrew Schulte here. Andrew, awesome job all night. Get banged around, beat up. Looks like the car's had better days, but you got it to victory lane. How's it feel there on the Bristol dirt? Victory lane here.
Hold on.
We're holding.
No, race control's talking about a start violation. Hold on.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. We'll have to wait and see what we got going from our race officials here.
Yeah, gonna get the news here and see what's going on in this restart.
Yeah, that's why we call them unofficial results at the conclusion of a race.
Oh, we just got the word. Andrew, you are the winner. That's the official word from Kim Quick, our admin here at Bristol Motor Speedway. How was the view out from your cockpit most of the tonight?
Well, it was pretty clear. I was happy to start on the pole there, and then we got into some trouble there early on, and had to fight our way back up through the field. And then just getting through the traffic and trying to stay out in front. Mark and Wes were quick, and they were on my tail on that last restart, and it was just trying not to make a mistake and giving an opportunity to get past. And I'm not quite sure what happened, but I just saw a ton of carnage in the mirror in the middle of 1 and 2 there. So just happy to take home the win, and wish the car would have came home a little bit more clean, but hey, first is first.
That's true. We're looking at the left side now. The left side doesn't look that bad, so we'll keep the camera on the left side. That right side, I think, has had better days. But talk to me through those last 4 or 5 laps under green with Jeffrey Mark, your teammate, on your back bumper there. What was the pressure like, and were you concerned of him making a big slide job on the inside of you there?
Well, he tried that early on in the race and moved me up into the fence. So I was really hoping that he wasn't going to try the same thing, because there was going to be a conversation if that had happened. But the racing tonight was pretty clean and pretty respectful. So for it being dirt and I'm sure not many of us being real comfortable on dirt, hopefully we put on a good show.
Yeah, I would say so. It was a good show for the fans. We were surprised ourselves. We were talking about all the carnage and the practice and the heat races. And then we dropped the green flag and we went the first 15 or so laps under green, was kind of single filed out there. So awesome job there. Talking about the track conditions, how did the track change from the drop of the green flag to the checkered flag?
Yeah, so I didn't know that we were getting the track reset for the race, because for the heats it didn't carry, or the track carried over through the heats. So I was expecting it to start wore out. I didn't pay attention to the info or anything. But it was good to start on a fresh track, and just trying to keep it under control once it got real slick, and the top seemed to be the preferred place to be there. So just tried to keep staying up there, and if someone was going to pass, they were gonna have to try doing it on the bottom. And if they could do that, then kudos to them, because it was not easy to run down there.
Hats off. It's awesome to take a win the style that you want to on the outside groove with the momentum. We talked, Ken and I were talking during the broadcast how this is, you haven't had a win yet this season. This is win number 1, so collect the win sticker. We'll update that car for you this week. What do you got for him next week at Talladega?
Well, we'll see. Hopefully, the Bandit guys are pretty decent there as far as our teamwork goes and whatnot, so I've got high hopes for it. If the 81 doesn't see its way into victory lane, hopefully someone with a Bandit Motorsports stick around does.
All right, sound good. Anybody you want to thank for the win this week at Bristol Dirt?
Shout out to all the admins. Keep the races going, keep them clean, and everyone who puts on the league. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting. Hopefully you guys enjoy doing that as much as I know you would like to be on the track collecting W's like last year. Shout out to Patented Paints for the children's paint job. Shout out to my wife, who's been taking care of our kid who is not wanting to go to sleep. So I'll be I'm next on the roster there to hopefully get him down, because I know she has not had a good time, and I appreciate that. So gonna head out of here, and we'll see you guys next time.
Sounds good. Certainly a full team effort. Congratulations, Andrew. We'll talk to you next week from Talladega.
Appreciate it.
All right, we've got let's go, I don't know, second place looks like we got Jack. If you want to talk to Jack, Ken?
Hey, Jack. Jack Watts, hey, congratulations. You're up here in the booth with myself and Scott Patton. And I finally get to talk to that wonderful looking Budweiser, that chromium Budweiser machine. So, hey, I noticed you were you were up and down tonight. How did that race look from your windshield?
It was up and down. I ran up in the front for a little while and then got a lap car bounce off the wall, hit me, and had to use a reset and then come right again from the back. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of work, but it was crazy.
Yeah, so you brought up something interesting that I was talking to Scott about. Usually this season, we haven't had any resets. Did you know there was resets available when you started this race?
Yeah, right when we started, the announcer or the race control guys were telling us, but before we started it, no, everything we got showed no resets.
Yeah, I was watching you when you entered that pit lane there. All of a sudden, your car became brand new. I was like, wow, I guess there's resets tonight. So good on you. Heck of a run back towards the front. What were the track conditions really like? Was it really slippery, or did you get enough practice in, that sort of thing?
Yeah, practice seemed like it was a lot tighter and a lot worse conditions than the race setup. The race setup, it was tight, but you could control it a little bit more than you could during practice and then the heat races.
Well, awesome run getting that second spot. Nice seeing you up front. Hopefully we'll see more of you up there. Maybe you'll get the big W here in the future. You got anybody you want to thank tonight?
Just my Senate racing team. We're all having a good time over here doing this. Just appreciate them. And congrats to Andrew for the win.
Well, enjoyed watching you tonight. We'll send you back to your team. You have a good one.
Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, Scott.
And that brings us to third place finisher of Greg Mall. Greg, man, no lack of action tonight. What did it look like from your cockpit getting bounced around there?
Just fasten your seatbelts and hold on for dear life. I was, the Miller Fortune Ford was definitely quick during the heat race. I was able to lead every lap during my heat and ended up starting third there to get the main event going off. But as things were kind of unfolding there during the race and the groove was starting to get closer and closer towards the wall, I mean, it was starting to feel good. It was maybe a little bit rough in certain parts of the racetrack, especially on the straightaways, but overall, car felt decent. It was just a matter of trying to dodge all the maniacs and all that good stuff. It was for Bristol and for a dirt race, put those two together, I'll take third.
Yeah, certainly. How hard was it to get into a groove with dodging all that mayhem? Talking about the track conditions changing, the traffic ever changing, guys struggling to maintain control all night, all the way around this half-mile dirt track, down the straightaways as well. How hard was it, or was it possible at all to get into some sort of rhythm here?
with a lot of cautions tonight, it was definitely difficult to try and get some sort of a groove kind of put together. But more and more restarts happen during the night, and you're getting a little bit better as far as accustomed to the entry into the corner, especially, and how far into the black you can go before you start washing up and get into some of the dirt there on the top side. And some guys were kind of struggling with that. It kind of looked like, so kind of put that in the memory bank and kind of follow somebody for a few laps, and if they make a mistake, just let off the gas a little bit and kind of maneuver around the middle lane there in the corners and get right by him. So it wasn't too bad, all things considered.
Awesome job down here. Bristol on the dirt. Talk about Mr. Consistent. Started third and finished third. I think that's got to be about as good as it gets, as good as you can expect here coming out of the track. What do you got next week? The high banks at Talladega. We're going completely opposite style. What do you got? What do you guys got planned in the Bandit Motorsports camp?
I will have to converse with the team during the week and see if we get some sort of a book gathered up for Dega. I can imagine that we're going to see a lot of 3 and 4 wide, especially during the later parts of that race. But for Talladega overall, I'm not the best in terms of those racetracks, but if we can just kind of hang around, the top 5 spots, kind of like we did tonight, aside from the elevator ride up and down the running order tonight with getting into some accidents here and there, we'll try and see if we can keep it towards the front all night. Looking forward to Talladega next week, so we'll see what happens.
Sounds good. Anybody to thank for your consistent third place finish tonight?
Well, of course, all the guys down at Bandit, congrats to Andrew on the win tonight, starting first and finish first. It's not a bad night, all things considered, for Bristol. And of course, got to thank all the friends and family back home that are watching all their sports, and the Twitch chat at the Jack of Hearts on Twitch. Got to thank everybody over in that camp and all their sports. And of course, got to thank you, Scott, and you, Ken. Guys putting on a great broadcast tonight. This is going to be a fun one to watch.
It is, certainly. Appreciate your participation. Congrats on the third place. Even though the car's a little bit beat up and bruised, it still looks pretty sharp out there. And look forward to see that number 7 Ford Mustang at Talladega next week. We'll talk to you then, Greg.
Well, we'll put some new fenders and maybe a quarter panel on, and we'll look forward to it. See you guys then.
Sounds good. Have a good week, Greg.
Yep. See you guys.
Well, we survived, Scott. We did 67 laps out here on a filthy speedway. These guys get to go take them home, clean them up, get them ready for some restrictor plate racing next week. So like you said, the opposite spectrums. We had a nice 3-race short track series, but now it's time to do some 200-mile-an-hour racing.
That is true. It's going to be a crazy race next week, I think, at Talladega. Completely different style from the dirt here, the half mile at Bristol. High banks. I'm sure there's going to be some team racing. Hopefully get to see some strategy play out, some 3, maybe 4 wide racing. And should be a awesome time next week. Same time, Monday nights from Talladega, Alabama. That's about all I got, Ken. You got anything to fill in here?
No, I think we're good. Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a great race. I'm looking forward to Talladega myself. I'll be interested how these new cars draft. Of course, we did have Daytona, so wonder if the bump draft improved a little bit or anything like that. I have no idea, but we'll find out next week.
All right, there you have it. Thanks for everybody watching tonight. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. From myself, Scott Patton, Ken Huber from out in Montana, the Multi-League Racing Network. Enjoy the show. We're going to leave you with a couple highlights from Bristol Dirt. We'll see you next week from Talladega.
Good night, everyone.